Hi all, Greg the Grilling Guy here. Today we're going to do a burger basics. Now I know most everybody understands kind of how to put a burger on. You put it on the grill near the heat, it's going to cook itself. But I'm just going to go through kind of the nuances of cooking a burger for those of you who are inexperienced in this or perhaps it's your first time trying. So you can see that we're doing it on the charcoal grill. You can do this just as easily on a gas grill. I've got the charcoals just starting to ignite here. So I'm going to touch base in a few minutes, show you kind of when the charcoal is ready, and go through the actual burger cook, what you're looking for, how you know when it's done, when to sauce, and any extras that I do from my side just to give you that perfect burger. So let's check back on this charcoal in a couple minutes, and we'll see how we're making it. So you can see that the charcoal is just about completely ashed over. And by ashed over, I mean when it turns completely white. At that point, it's ready for the cook. If you put it on any early, you're going to get little cold spots on there. So wait till it completely ashes over, until it's completely white. But at that point, you're going to be ready to put the burgers on. So I've set up the grill. Normally, you see me do the indirect heat. I've actually set it up just in the center here because with the burgers, I'll start them off on the side just to warm them up a bit, and then I'll put them on at the end to actually sear them up and get them ready to go. So I'm going to put the grate on, get it cleaned up, and we'll put the burgers on here in just a second. Before I put anything on the grills, once the grates get warm, I'll either rub a bit of cooking oil on there, or in this case, I use vegetable oil spray. And I'll just spray the grates with that just to keep the food from sticking while it cooks. Now, don't do it right now because otherwise you're going to get a bit of a light show. In other words, it's going to flame up. But if you spray that on just before you put the grill over the hot coals, that'll prevent the food from sticking during the cook. Now, for today's cook, I'm cooking Bubba Burgers. Bubba Burgers are basically pre-frozen meat patties, but they are excellent. They're gluten-free, which is actually something you need to worry about when you're cooking hamburgers. If you buy them from the store, a lot of times the binder they'll use will be either a flour or breadcrumb, and that's going to cause problems if you're celiac or gluten intolerant. So I do like the Bubba Burgers. I think they taste great, and they're super easy to cook. So we're just going to put them here around the grill. I don't put them directly over the heat at first. I like to kind of let the burger slowly come up to temperature. With these things being frozen, you could put them right over. It tends to be a little more done on the outside and a little bit pinker on the inside. So I'm going to set them here around the heat. I'm going to put the lid on and let these things cook for probably 5 or 6 minutes. I'll come out, give them a flip, and then we'll pick it up when things really start to get active here. All right, I'm going to take the burgers now. They've been on for about 5 minutes. I'm going to put them over the direct heat and start the searing process. So I'm looking to get these things to probably about 145 degrees. That's kind of medium rare. That's where I like my burgers. My wife is on there, so I'll take that just a little bit further. But we're going to do a few things while we cook these. So we're going to let these things sit over the direct heat, but you want to keep an eye on it. You don't want it to flare up too much. Bubba Burgers are good. They don't have a lot of fat that's going to drop down in there to flare up, but I do keep an eye on it because, well, you can see it's flaring up right now, so what do I know? I'm going to flip these burgers several times throughout the cooking process because I don't want it to get too overdone on one side and not the other, especially with them being frozen burgers. So I'll be a little more careful about this. Everything I'm doing can be done with a burger that was at room temperature, not pre-frozen. It's just you're going to be able to get there a little bit faster than you can with the Bubba Burger. The nice thing about the Bubba Burgers is you will get that pinkness in the center if you do it properly without the fear of undercooking. One of these burgers is for my wife. She doesn't like bacon. I love bacon, but I'm not cooking bacon tonight. So I'm going to take some bacon grease and put those onto my burgers and let it kind of melt in while they cook. Not looking to put much on there, just a little bit for flavoring. And I'll do the same when I flip it over, and then I'll actually marinate these as well. So what you're looking for with the Bubba Burgers is they'll start to pool fluid up on top. That's basically the juices all kind of pushing out as the burger constricts while it cooks. That's when you know it's time to flip. And once you flip that, you'll see the same thing on the other side. You want to get it off shortly thereafter because you don't want it to overcook. To be completely transparent, I just moved the burgers off of the direct heat while I was letting the bacon grease render in there. I've not used this before, so I didn't want them to burn and dry out. So I don't want to make it look like I just put it on there and it was all one continuous shoot. I have moved it off for probably 90 seconds, and then I'll flip it over and start the whole cookout over again on the other side. All right, picking up, we're going to take the two burgers that have the bacon grease on there. Now, obviously, these are going to flare up very, very quickly, so I will probably move them on and off a couple times, whereas the other burger won't be quite as bad. These two burgers of the bacon grease, I'm moving off because clearly they're flaring up. However, that's melting in nicely. You can see a bit of the juices coming out that I was talking about on this burger as well. That means that it's getting to where it needs to be. I'm going to step off of there because we're going to put some sauce on these burgers and get them ready for the final sear. So stay with me. I should also point out, while the bacon grease is rendering into those burgers, I'm going to put some wood chips in there because I like to give a little bit of a smoky flavor to the burgers. I haven't sauced them yet, but I am going to put the wood chips in and let that soak in, and then add the sauce at the end. Now, please understand, I'm putting smoke on these things. I'm putting bacon fat on there. I'm going to put a sauce on there. You don't need to do any of this with your burgers. I'm going to add cheese as well because, well, who doesn't love cheese on their burgers? I've been doing this for a long time. I've got a distinct flavor pattern that I'm looking for. You can make this as simple as you want or as complex as you want. I'm going to add teriyaki to my wife's burger. I'm going to add honey habanero sauce to my burger. So again, do this for a while. You'll get to understand what you like, what you don't like. But this is completely unnecessary. You don't need the smoke. You don't need the sauces. You don't need the bacon fat. You can just make a basic burger if that's all you're looking to do. I'm simply overcomplicating things because, well, that's what I like to do. We're now into the race to showtime, so I'm going to put these things back over the direct heat, and I'm going to sauce them. The reason I say we're in the race to showtime is once you put the sauce on there, it will burn if you leave it on for too long, and that's going to give a bad flavor to the burger. So you're really going to keep that on the heat for a minimum amount of time. But you can see the juices are starting to come out of the burger. That's exactly what we're looking for. I'd like to be at a temperature of about 145. This one is at 130, 125, 136. So they're kind of right within that window where I want, which means I need to move quickly when I get these things going. So back over the direct heat. And those two burgers that have the bacon grease on it are going to flare up quick, so I'm gonna have to run here. Not too much sauce, just a bit for flavor, and then I'm gonna flip almost immediately, especially with the bacon burgers. Again, you can see a bit of the juices coming out. That's right where we want to be at this point, because once I've got the sauce on there, I'll move them back off, and I'm going to put cheese on them, and they're going to sit for a minute with the cheese. All right, let's set these guys off to the side. Think about some cheese. So I usually do 2 pieces of cheese per burger just because I like the extra cheese on there, but you can get away with just 1. But you only live once. All right, these things are looking pretty good. The cheese is melted up, but you still want to be a little bit firm, so I'm going to scoop these things out, take them inside. You can put your favorite toppings on. I've got onion, tomatoes, and avocado to go on mine with a little bit of shredded lettuce. You decide what you like best, but by all means, folks, enjoy. I've been Greg the Grilling Guy. I'll put a link to all the tools that I use down in the description, but until next time, grill it real good.